We begin here in Singapore, though, where a committee of inquiry looking into the death of Corporal First Class Aloysius Pang has found the incident was due to lapses by all three servicemen involved, including Pang himself. In Parliament, Defence Minister Ng Eng Hen shared the committee's preliminary findings during a ministerial statement.
He's told Parliament that Pang's death was preventable had safety procedures been followed.
It is sad but undeniable that the direct causes determined by the COI that resulted in the death of Corporal Pang were preventable had there been compliance to safety rules. It was not for lack of knowledge of these rules or inexperience of personnel working on the SSPH gun.
The incident occurred during a military exercise in New Zealand in January. At the time, Pang was carrying out maintenance work to correct the accuracy of the Singapore self-propelled howitzer, otherwise known as the SSPH. John Yong takes us through what happened.
This is what a Singapore self-propelled howitzer, or SSPH, looks like, but let's take you inside. You'll be able to see that there are three safe positions that we've labeled for you. During the incident, the gun commander was in safe position 1. He's marked out in yellow for you on your screen. Meanwhile, the regular technician was in safe position 2. He's marked out in blue, and on this occasion, he was unscrewing a box as part of maintenance work. As for 28-year-old Pang, he was removing the screws on the other side of the box. Findings show that he was not in a designated safe spot. On top of that, his back was facing the gun barrel. Now, the technician informed Pang that the barrel was about to be moved and told him to either move closer to him or to another safe spot. But Pang replied that the barrel would not hit him. The commander saw him standing near the barrel but wrongly assumed that Pang had time to move away. According to available information, it takes about 9 seconds for the barrel to be fully lowered. So the commander went on to shout, "Stand by, clear away," as required by protocol before moving the gun. Now, as the flick rammer was moving up, Pang was still removing screws and looking back at the barrel. He initially did not move away. But as the barrel moved closer, the commander saw Pang try to make some evasive movements. The technician tried to push down on the barrel with his hands to stop it, while the commander attempted to do so by using the main control screen. The COI believes that both men had panicked and acted irrationally by not pressing the emergency stop buttons like they were supposed to. You can see there that the buttons are within reach. And as a result, Pang was wedged between the flick rammer and the interior of the SSPH, fatally injuring him.
Our reporter Ahmad Khan shows us what it's like to be inside the vehicle.
Now, this is what it looks like inside the SSPH. As you can tell, there's not really a lot of space to maneuver. Where I'm standing now is one of the 3 designated safe spaces. There is an emergency stop button here. Now, if I take a step forward, this is where CFC Pang was standing and doing his maintenance work when the incident happened. This is not one of the safe areas. Now, if I turn your attention to this seat here, this is where the gun commander sits. It is another of the 3 safe spaces. The main control screen is here, and there is another emergency stop button above it there.
There was also a third button that could have stopped the lowering of the barrel.
This is the other safe position. The regular technician was standing here. Now, this is the box that CFC Pang and him worked on. And this here is where the other emergency stop button is.
The Committee of Inquiry determined that there was non-compliance with standard operating procedures. There were also preventable safety breaches, and none of the 3 men followed the requirement that all must be in safe positions when the barrel is moved. There was also non-compliance with the maintenance manual. It states that the technician must ensure that the gun is in a parked position with the barrel locked before maintenance work can start. Instead, the technician had proceeded despite the barrel not being in a standby or locked position. The COI also opined that several factors contributed to the incident. A lack of coordinated safety procedures between the gun and maintenance crew. Starting maintenance work before the barrel was in a locked position. Misjudgment of time and space, and the failure to activate the emergency stop buttons. Now, it all established that there was no mechanical fault that directly caused the incident. It said that the medical care was adequate under the circumstances, but it can be improved, and that it did not cause or contribute to Pang's death.
Defence Minister Ng Eng Hen also shared recommendations to improve safety culture in the Singapore Armed Forces. And these were made by the Committee of Inquiry as well as a panel of safety experts who are not employed by the Armed Forces or Defence Ministry. The COI recommends reviewing standard operating procedures and emergency drills, as well as ensuring that all servicemen take personal ownership of safety and complying with the SOPs. It also proposes enhancing existing training and safety support for maintenance-related work and training for medical officers, particularly on the use of helicopters for evacuation. It also recommends that our communications and protocols for overseas hospitals be improved and formalized. These are supported by the External Review Panel on SAF Safety. The panel said commanders should take the lead in safety so that their subordinates follow suit, and that the SAF should do more to instill safety awareness among soldiers. It added that safety in maintenance tasks should be as highly emphasized as safety during training. The panel also said that safety procedures for operations involving servicemen from different vocations should be strengthened.
Mr. Speaker, the SAF accepts both the COI and External Review Panel's recommendations to improve the safety culture. The SAF Inspector General's office, set up in end February this year after this incident, will ensure that all recommendations are followed through.